you could look inside your body and see what you do when you say, if I look at pizza, I gain a pound. My client is killing me. This commute is driving me crazy. I'm going mad with stress. I'm losing my shit. I'm at the end of my bandwidth. If you could see what that did to you, you would never, never, never use those words again. So the first thing about healing to understand is that every thought you think has a physical reaction and an emotional response. Thoughts are things. And when you think about something going on in your body, it becomes real. Think about blushing, about something deeply embarrassing, and you'll probably find you start to blush. Think about eating something yummy, you'll find that your tummy often starts to rumble. For men especially, think about something deeply arousing and sexual, and of course you will get a physical reaction. Think about something immensely sad and your eyes may fill up with tears and your chin might wobble because the body reacts to our thinking. And when you can understand that thoughts are real, you can start to give yourself healing thoughts. But first, let me give you a little experiment. I want you to take your hand and put it out in front of you like that. So I'm using my right hand, so you use your left. Point your left hand at the screen, and all I want you to do is swing your arm as far behind you as it goes, and you'll see that mine has just gone to that little post there. Bring your arm back. So do this with me. Take your arm, push it as far as it will go. Know where it is. That's very important. Notice, oh, my arm's there. Bring it back. I want you to simply think right now about your arm going a third further. Close your eyes if you want to and think, my arm is going a third further. My arm is super flexible. I have the arm of a gymnast. I'm like Barbie or Ken. I'm like a bendy rubber doll. And my arm will go a third further. And now do something completely weird. Talk to your arm. Repeat after me. Hey, arm, you are going to go a third further because I'm telling you to. You're super flexible. All the tendons here have opened up. You are going a third further. And now swing your arm back behind you and watch as it goes. In my case, way more than a third further. Didn't do that before. So you just spoke to your body and it listened and it responded. You know why that is? Because you have a brain here, of course. But all of your cells have a micro brain, and the cells, the brain in your cell and the brain in your mind dialogue with each other all the time. I tell everyone that I'm training that your body is run by a network of intelligence which is influenced by your mind. And when you're healing, it is nothing more than you dropping into that network of intelligence and communicating with your mind. And your mind is telling your body what to do. Our body is run by a network of intelligence that influences our body. We can drop into that network, influence our mind to influence our body. So let's do it with the opposite hand. And this time it's going to be even faster. Using your other arm, swing it as far back as it will go. Mine has gone all the way here. Goes further the second time. You know why? Because you know it can. So my arm is kind of there. But it can still go a third further. Bring your arm back, look at your arm and say, hey, arm, go a third further because I'm commanding you to. Go a third further because I'm telling you to. Go a third further just because you can. Imagine again all the muscles, tendons and nerves in that arm opening up, becoming like Play-Doh, becoming like loose elastic bands. Momentarily see your arm going a third further. If you can see it, you can achieve it. And now swing your arm behind you and notice as it goes a whole third further, just because you told it to. Now, that's a little experiment. It's not good, it's not bad, it's neutral. But you suddenly learned something. I told my mind something, my mind related to my body, it became real. What do you think happens when you say to your mind, if I look at a cake, I get fat? I just can never complete things. I'm the kind of person that's no good with confrontation. I dry up, my mind goes blank when I have to speak. I blush when people look at me. I just can't work out. I've got no coordination. I can never get anywhere on time. When you say these simple throwaway words, your mind relays them to the body and they become real. One of the rules of your mind is every thought you think has a physical reaction and indeed an emotional response. Another rule of your mind is whatever you focus on, you get more of. And here's one more: your thoughts are a blueprint that your mind, body, and psyche must work to make real. So let's do this together right now. Think of the thoughts you think that don't serve you. I'm hopeless at time management. I'm useless at communication. I just can't get myself together. I'm not a morning person. I can't leave food on my plate. How does anyone ever do that? I can't express myself very well. I'm really bad with heat or cold. I get anxious all the time. Imagine, do it with me now. Think of a thought you have that does not serve you. And imagine what would happen if you simply took that thought and flipped it over. Here's a thought: my kids drive me crazy. Many of us have it. My kids drive me crazy, or maybe my boss drives me crazy. My family drive me crazy. There's a thought. And that thought is a blueprint that you are going to make real. So now when you're around your kids or your family or your boss, your mind goes, well, they make you crazy. And now you might as well feel crazy, because that's how you react to those people. So if you could change that to, I have great coping skills. My kids are age appropriate. My family, well, they're unusual, but hey, I know how to deal with them. I've had lots of practice. My boss is difficult with everyone. It's not about me. And I have a gift for dealing with a difficult boss. And out of everyone in the office, he understands me, he gets me, and we communicate really well. You see, this is really important. You get to choose. You can choose to go, hey, I want to be negative. I'm not going to do what you say. I'm going to still wake up and go, my job is killing me. Well, that's your choice. And of course, you have free choice. But you could also go, well, I could do this. Why don't I go wake up and go, my boss, my job is challenging and I'm great at the challenge. I'm learning, growing, developing, becoming amazing and indispensable in this company. You see, you can choose. But you know what you can't choose? You can't choose what it does to your body when you are negative and use negative words, even if you don't mean to. If you could look inside your body and see what you do when you say, if I look at pizza, I gain a pound. My client is killing me. This commute is driving me crazy. I'm going mad with stress. I'm losing my shit. I'm at the end of my bandwidth. If you could see what that did to you, you would never, never, never use those words again. So I invite you today to choose. Look at your most negative words and turn them over. You know, when I was a new parent, I noticed all the parents saying, oh, this is making me insane. The sleep deprivation is killing me. My kid is driving me crazy. This baby is making me lose my mind. And I was surprised because many of those babies, including mine, were actually longed for babies. And I learned to say, well, you know, I have a baby. She's always acting age appropriate. I remember I said to her once, stop being a baby. And I thought, well, that's a weird thing to say. She's a baby. And I never said that again. Because when you learn to monitor your thoughts, you go, why did I say that? I was on the sofa last week and I heard myself saying, I'm chronically tired. And I thought, why did I say that? I'm not chronically tired at all. I'm a little tired and I'm going to take a nap and then I'll be fine. And you see, even in a beautiful resort like this, I hear people saying stuff like, it's hotter than hell here. Oh my God, I can't take this amount of heat. Whereas I go, you know, it is hot, and at 4 o'clock, all that heat cools down. So all I have to do is avoid the heat at midday, wear a hat, wear loose clothes like this, put my feet in the water of my lovely pool. I have learned not to complain about something I can't change, but to look at What's great about this? And I promise you, if you can ask yourself that question whenever you're about to complain, what's great about this? What's great about having a bitchy boss? Well, I have a boss, I have a job, I get a paycheck. What's great about having a partner that's messy and untidy? Well, I have a partner, and that's great. What's great about having a kid that keeps me up all night? I have a kid. Someone else across the world would swap places with me in a heartbeat. So I love giving people really simple techniques that are life-changing. And here is yours. Just be aware that throw away thoughts and throw away words that are a blueprint. They are not throw away at all. And stop using them. And whenever you say something negative, flip it over and find the positive. That's easy. It's something you do. It starts being what you do. And then it becomes who you are. And words can heal you. Words can have a powerful healing effect if you choose to use them. Here's something that I found very useful when I got sick twice. I never walked around going, I'm sick. I've got a terrible illness. I don't even know if I'll make it. I said, my body is a healing machine. My body is a wellness producing machine. I'm commanding my body to heal itself. And of course it did, because your body does what you tell it. Your body, the cells in your body are like a classroom of children. A classroom of wild, naughty, out of control children that will mess around unless the teacher says, hey, sit down, open your book, pick up your pencil. And when you say that to children, they obey. They like a commanding voice. So if you could close your eyes and imagine your cells are like a classroom of children running wild, and you walk in them and go, no, okay, this is the time now. Now we are doing a super fast metabolic rate. Now we are doing healing. Now we are doing wellness. Many years ago, I worked with some Army cadets who were in a hot country, and they told me that when they didn't have water, they would put a cold stone in their mouth and tell their mind, I'm being hydrated, I'm drinking water. When it was cold, they would tell themselves it was warm. When it was warm, they would tell themselves it was cool. And they were in really extreme temperatures in extreme situations, but they gave themselves the opposite of a negative suggestion. And you can do that too. I met someone, I was teaching a course, and he said, oh, I'm so glad I met you because I'm listening to you. You know, I'm only getting 3 hours sleep, but I tell myself my body feels like I've had 8 hours sleep. I don't recommend you go without sleep for long because sleep is nature's restore. But guess what? If you can say, oh, I feel like I've had loads of sleep. I went to bed really late because here's what we do. Oh, it's 3 a.m. I've been out partying and now I'm going to suffer tomorrow. I won't have enough sleep. I've only had 4 hours sleep. If you say, you know what? I had less sleep today, but my body feels like I've had more sleep. And tonight I'll catch up. Then that will work. If you say today I ate more, but hey, I have got a phenomenal, powerful, incredible metabolic rate. And whatever I eat, I burn off. And I always stay my perfect weight. That will become true. Check out my next video here.